Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Thursday the 31st of October and happy Halloween to you all. We don't tend to celebrate very much here in the UK, but whatever you're doing, I hope you have a good one. Now, I'm going to bring you a story. I'm not sure how genuine this is, so please take what I say with a grain of salt. Many US and Canadian publications are releasing articles on a big bust-up between the Queen and Harry and Meghan. Now, I did my research yesterday and then I looked again today and a few articles have already been taken down. So they may have been instructed to remove these articles, or they may have removed them because they couldn't verify the source, which makes me wonder if they are false or that someone didn't want this information out there in the public domain. There are still articles out there, but there are less than yesterday. Now, these articles alleged that the two were summoned to Buckingham Palace to be dragged over the coals by Her Majesty to explain their reasons for doing the South African documentary and about being so open and honest about how royal life is treating them. It's been said she was incredibly worried that this could and has made the royal family look bad. But during these talks, they, Harry and Meghan, threw a tantrum and threatened to quit the royal family during a bitter confrontation. They called her bluff, apparently, because they thought she would beg them to stay. But they were wrong, Radar Online has reported. Yeah, I know Radar isn't the most trustworthy publication, but I'm only telling you what I read. There may be no truth to this, but as I always say, there's no smoke without fire. The Queen called their bluff. She told them that she was delighted with their decision and couldn't wait for them to leave, a high-level palace courtier reported. But this wasn't all that the Queen had to say about the recent gaffes of the hapless two. The courtier went on to say that she stripped them of their royal titles, their newly renovated home, they're not living there really, in my personal opinion, and their financial support. She called the couple to her private quarters immediately after the documentary aired, and she told them to get a grip and stop claiming that they single-handedly modernised the monarchy. She told Meghan it might be okay to be so open and honest in Hollywood, but royals keep their private feelings just that, private. Never explain, never complain. Way to go, Her Majesty, that's what I say. Apparently, they both had hoped that the Queen would permit them to stay in the fold, but the Queen wasn't having any of it. Instead of apologising and begging for forgiveness, Harry and Meghan dug their heels in, insisting that they wanted out of the royal fishbowl. They demanded a 6-week break to chill out and see what America has to offer them. To which Her Majesty retorted, 6 weeks? You can make it permanent. She said everyone, including herself, had bent over backwards to help Meghan adjust to royal life, and if they couldn't cope, she'd be delighted to see them go. For good. It's certainly sensational, but I do wonder if this is just wishful thinking, to be perfectly honest. Now, I've been a royalist all my life, and it's very well known that the Queen does not suffer fools gladly. But Harry is her grandson. Could it be that this documentary has been the last straw for the Queen? Now, this obviously happened well before the MP letter nonsense, and I'm sure the Queen is well aware of it, and the fact that Meghan also called Holly Lynch, who was the MP that addressed the matter, and thanked her for all her support. I think that this letter has come via Sarah Latham. That's my opinion, that's how I feel. She's worked with the Labour Party before, and the majority of those that put their names to that letter, I can't say signed because they didn't sign it, are indeed from the Labour Party. This letter, I think, has split the nation. The ones that have hated her before hate her even more. Ones that have loved her before adore her even more. There is a huge divide now. I do find it rather odd that no examples of this so-called colonial undertones have been given. I'd like to put them on the spot a little bit and question those MPs as to which specific articles they are unhappy with. I bet they would have a hard job naming one of them. And with an election just round the corner, could Holly Lynch be trying to jump on that bandwagon of pro-Meghan supporters to gain some votes? Yet again, the lines between Harry and Meghan and politics are getting very murky and blurred. And that, I'm afraid, dear followers, is a very dangerous game. So what do you all think? Do you think the Queen has summoned them to her private quarters and shot them down and demanded they either buck up or go? They dug their heels in, they said, no, we want it our way. And then she said, well, go then. Off you pop, make your own way. Or do you think it's a whole load of gubbins? I'm undecided at the moment. Only time will tell. But anyway, I would love to know your opinions on this matter. And also, what do you think the MPs in writing that letter are actually wanting to achieve? I'd really love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'd like to thank everyone who has donated to my channel. It's because of your kind generosity which enables me to release worthy and interesting contents. So I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Once again, thank you for watching and I'll see you very soon.